So I'm not going to start this video out like most people do and go like, "Hey everybody." I don't know. Something about those videos is always just like so jarring. But I do want to welcome you guys to my very first video about how I'm working my Poshmark closet. It all kind of started about a month ago. Actually, it was a month ago because my boyfriend and I decided that we were going to kind of see how things went with the resale business. I kind of brought it up to him about how me and my sister-in-law used to do a couple of things where we would go to thrift stores and find some designer clothing and then turn around and resell it on eBay, and we were able to make some extra money here and there with that. And then of course I kind of lost touch with all that and decided that I didn't want to do it anymore. And then he decided that he wanted to give it a shot. So we were visiting thrift stores, we were visiting yard sales. He's already a yard seller as it is. Like that was, one thing I guess that kind of like we had in common when we met. So that's kind of like one of our ways for us to kind of bond together as well. So we always have fun going to yard sales and thrift stores and things like that. In fact, like every bit of the furniture in my house except for my bed. Okay, so maybe not all my furniture. My living room furniture for sure came from a thrift store. But yeah, we're always looking for really good deals. Oh, my kitchen table did come from a thrift store too, I think. Churchyard sale. That's what it was. And we're always looking for a good deal. And the funny thing was, there was a lot of times we were finding things that was just like, gosh, I wonder how much this is actually really worth. And so after a while, because we both play Magic the Gathering, and we were it started out as we were buying and reselling Magic the Gathering cards because we were going to go into that side of the business, but it's kind of like an unpredictable type of business because they fluctuate in price so much that like I may go buy like a card expecting to sell it for like $2, and it's not any good anymore because they decided to like reprint it in another edition. I know I'm probably getting like way too geeky for the most of the viewers who are here to not hear about Magic the Gathering, but Poshmark, and I do apologize, but that's kind of how it all started. And he decided that he was gonna go like basically more like the stuff route. And what I mean by like the stuff route is that he likes to get things that people are looking for. For example, he'll go out and like he bought like a coffee maker set that he paid like literally $2 for or something. It was like really ridiculously cheap, and turn around and sell it for like $199. He bought a what was it? He bought a Vitamix at a yard sale for $2. Turn around and sells it for $100. So it's that kind of thing that kind of got me motivated into actually starting to pay attention to clothing. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna go out there and I'm going to start putting stuff on Poshmark because I heard that's like the place to be, for clothing. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of what not to buy, what to look for. I've been burned like 3 or 4 times on Coach purses that aren't Coach purses, but because I never really owned a Coach purse, I didn't know what to look for. But yeah, there's a lot of learning that's taking place in this. Well, the moral of the story that I'm trying to get to is that he went eBay route. I do a little bit of eBay, but I'm not too thrilled about the platform. I don't know why I'm not happy with it. I guess to me it just doesn't look so pretty. Poshmark is a really pretty platform. And so he started on June 30th doing his eBay store stuff, and I followed about a week later with eBay. And then, like a week after that, I went into Poshmark. Well, I've been on Poshmark since 2013. Never really used it at all. I had an account, didn't realize I had an account. I think everybody was signing up for an account because of Facebook at this one time. And I hadn't even ever bought anything on Poshmark until this year when I bought a pair of really pretty blue sparkly Toms because I was looking for a pair of Toms and I didn't realize it was from their wedding collection, but whatever, they were so pretty. And I paid like $10 for them, and I'm like, what the crap? Why am I like shopping in stores for some things that are like ridiculously priced when I can find what I really, really want on this app? And so I decided to actually like start selling on Poshmark. I had some things up on eBay that weren't doing so well, so I transferred it over to Poshmark. And one of these things that I had purposely bought for resale was a pair of Steve Madden brown platform dress shoes. I love Steve Madden's. I bought them because I love them. I've owned several pairs of Steve Madden shoes. They're good quality shoes. They resell really well, that kind of thing. And I bought them, and I was like, somebody would really, really like these. I paid like $4 for them. They were at a Goodwill nearby. Brought them home, took pictures of them, put them up on Poshmark. That was literally like the one item I had on Poshmark. Okay, the one item. Then I was reading somewhere that you want to kind of like start in your own closet first. You want to find some things that you're not using, things that you don't wear, things like that. And so I started going through like some things I had around my house, my closet, my shoes, my purses, anything that I didn't want anymore. And I started putting this kind of stuff up on Poshmark. Well, a week goes by and I don't have a sale. And I'm like, I wonder what I'm doing wrong, because, you know, I should at least have a sale by now, right? Like, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, why isn't this not working? And then so I started doing some reading and some research, and then I found out that it's common for you not to even get a sale within your first month of being on Poshmark. And I was like, okay, I get this. So I joined a group that my boyfriend was actually in on Facebook, that it's all about resellers and you know, helping one another out with pricing certain things and looking for antiques, and, you know, how to get the best deal. And, you know, pretty much that's essentially what the whole part of it was. And so I get on this group, this Facebook group, and this one lady who was super, super helpful, she's like, have you ever heard of 30-minute method? And I was like, no. So I looked it up, and for those of you who don't know what the 30-minute method is essentially you're sharing out 30 of your items in your closet, and you're doing something called is it E&L? Yeah, edit next list. So essentially what you're doing is you're editing your item, you're clicking next, and then you're relisting your items. So essentially you're putting your stuff to the front of Poshmark's feed. So that's what you're doing. Every time you hit that edit next list, you're pushing yourself to the front of the Poshmark feed. And then it's you need to share out other people's closets, you know, it's this whole routine. And so I started doing that. And then I saw this thing about becoming a Posh ambassador. And I was like, wow, that's going to take a while. 5,000 shares of my closet. I have like 4 or 5 items in my closet at this point. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to concentrate on myself. I'm going to concentrate on other people. I'm going to share their stuff out. So I started working on sharing out other Poshmark closets, and I had my first sale about 3 days later. Once I started doing the 30-minute method, I got my first sale. And then I started sharing out more and more and more and more. And if you look at my profile on Poshmark, you're going to see that I follow a lot more people than the people who follow me. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I do not mind it at all. And so then I started like sharing out people's closets. And when I say sharing out their closet, I'm talking about I share out their like either if they had like 300 items, I just couldn't do that. So I'd put myself on like a 30 to 40 max per closet that I would share out. And then when I was like doing things like, you know, if I'm in the car and I'm riding in a car and I'm not driving, I would sit there and share out stuff. You know, this may sound really funny because we all go to the bathroom with our phones. I don't care who you are, you know, in the bathroom, sharing out people's items. And it got to the point to where I was adding more stuff in as I was finding things at yard sales, because I didn't really have that much stuff here, guys. I was living a minimalistic lifestyle. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I'll be straight up honest with you. So we were going to thrift stores. We were going to like the Salvation Armies and the Goodwills, and we even have like a local like Catholic Charities group here that we go to their store a lot. And so the first sale that I made was on the Steve Madden's these Steve Madden shoes that I bought, and I didn't make very much profit on it. I'm not gonna lie. I paid like $4 for these shoes, and I think I sold them for 10. And of course, Poshmark, you know, they get their percentage. So all in all, I think I made like $7. No, $3. Yeah, it was $3 profit on these shoes. To me, it was whatever. It was a sale, right? And then something happened, and I don't know what it was, but that first sale is like, okay, so I sold the Steve Maddens, and then the next day I sold something else, and then the next day I sold something else, and the next day I sold something else, and before I knew it, I was on this one sale a day streak that I haven't stopped yet. And I'm expecting it to anytime soon. I'm okay with that because of what happened this weekend. I will explain everything that happened this past weekend, but I was on this one sale a day kick, and I was shocked because I never thought that I was actually going to sell anything. Well, it got to the point to where I realized that the method was working, that the 30-minute method was working, but I wanted to kick it up a notch. I wanted to find out a way that I could actually get more views into my closet. And how can I do that when I work a full-time job, and there's no way in the world that I could literally sit there all day long and do what I do for a living and still be able to do the E&Ls, edit next list, or sharing out people's closets or anything like that, and still work a full-time job. Because when I started doing this, you guys, I was on vacation. So I literally had nothing to do for an entire week but add stuff to my Poshmark store. And so after that week, after my vacation, I realized that if I was going to continue this, I was going to need help. Well, my boyfriend can't do it because he's busy with his own eBay business, which, by the way, shout out to him for just blowing it out of the water for the month of June. Okay, he started his eBay business on May 30th, and within 1 month, you guys, 1 month, I watched it happen. We were actually at a get-together this past weekend with a bunch of other resellers that you guys have probably seen on YouTube if you watch a lot of the reseller YouTubes, like his name's Steve Rakin. And we went to his gathering that he had in Connecticut this past weekend. And there's a whole bunch of resellers, either they're Etsy or Poshmark or eBay, Mercari, it didn't matter. You know, some of these guys have been doing this for years, and they're doing this for a living, making 6 figures a year. You know, sometimes maybe not do 6 figures, but enough to actually have a sustainable lifestyle. And I was sitting here going, I want this. Like, this is what I want my life to be. And but anyway, so we were at this get together this past weekend with a bunch of resellers in Connecticut, and he shows me his phone, and sure enough, you guys, $2,000 in 30 days is what he made in sales on eBay. Reselling people's stuff, you guys, things that people don't want, things that people don't want from their yard. You know, they're at yard sales, their garage sales, estate sales, their, you know, their thrift stores. These are things that people have donated, and we're buying at like pennies on the dollar in comparison to what they're worth, and turning around and reselling them. And I'm like, I'm still mind blown by how well this works. And I'm sitting here thinking, there's so much stuff out there, you guys. There's so much stuff. There's like hundreds of yard sales on the weekends if it's not raining. You know, there's estate sales all the time. You know, we went to the very first estate sale that we went to when I was on the weekend before I went on vacation. And we didn't really get anything great at the estate sale, but the yard sales that followed, oh my goodness, you guys. We were picking up stuff left and right that was just money, money, money. And every weekend's been like that. It's been money, just steadily. And it's just crazy to me. Well, anyway, so the whole point of this video is to let you guys know that it did not take me a month to get where I wanted to be. It took me 2.5 weeks to make Posh Ambassador. And the reason why is because I worked my business to death. I, you know, did the E&Ls, I did the 30-minute method, I've shared other people's closets out. I literally, while I am now doing this video, you guys, I'm about to cry. Holy crap. You guys stay right here one second. You're probably like, why did she like just not pause the video? Because I didn't want to do that. So like right now I'm doing this video. We went, while we were at that get together this weekend, I saw this, and I know how much these dolls are worth. Okay, these are the American dolls, American Girl dolls, right? And this is Julie. Julie's actually one of my favorites because Julie is she's kind of like a 70s hippie-ish type girl, and she's really, really pretty. I hate dolls. They're creepy, but I knew she would sell, right? The guy was firm on his, and I understand that. Sometimes you can't negotiate with people, right? Sometimes you can't negotiate. Put this up on eBay. Just got an offer for it. I paid $40 for it. Somebody just offered me $75. Now you're probably sitting there thinking, but she's worth more than that. She is worth more than that. But guys, I'm not here for the business of sitting on things and then waiting for somebody to come around and just make an amazing offer. No, I'm gonna take the money and run, because it's better, in my opinion, if you know that you're just gonna make money off of it anyway, just to go ahead and just take the money. So anyway, I just had to show you guys that. Sorry, we're supposed to be talking about Poshmark, but anyway, in 2.5 weeks I made Posh Ambassador. It's because I hired a personal assistant, you guys. And you're like, but you're just starting out your business. Yes, I get that. But you guys, I'm also serious about this business. And I hired out. I'm actually going to put the link down at the bottom for you guys to check it out, for those of you who are working your Poshmark closets. I always want to say eBay store and Poshmark together. Those of you who are working your Poshmark closet and you're not getting the sales, it's literally like an $18-20 investment, and they do everything that you normally would do anyway in your store, except for posting everything, you know, as far as like sharing and doing the E&Ls and things like that. These guys do this for you, and I don't even have to like touch my Poshmark stuff on the weekends, because that's my time to source new things for my store. So it can be done, you guys. It can be done. I'm not sure how much sales I've made this month. I didn't even bother to look. I know for part-time, what I'm doing part-time, it's been a pretty decent sales month. Because I haven't even hit my 1 month mark yet. I think my 1 month mark is this weekend? I think it's this weekend. And so yeah, you guys, I'm gonna have another video here shortly, probably this weekend, and I'm really proud of myself. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's a small, tiny apartment. I live by myself. I have a lot of room, but I don't have a lot of room. So it's kind of like, it's one of those kind of like sort of situations. I actually used to have I work from home. I'm a trainer for a big company, and I actually moved my home office out of my office and moved it into my bedroom so I could dedicate my home office to being my resale store. So that's how serious I am about this, guys. I'm not even kidding. I wish my boyfriend wasn't so camera shy, because I would really like for him to come up and tell his story about how he's done so well in just a month on eBay. But you guys, I made Poshmark Ambassador today, and I did it by being part of the community. That's all it takes, you guys. That's really seriously all it takes. Be a part of the community. Network, connect, get on Facebook, get on Twitter, get on Instagram, share out your stuff. Don't overbomb your Facebook feed with your Poshmark posts, though, because eventually your friends are going to be like, ignore, and they're going to basically just like throw you off their feed because you've been bombarding them with your stuff. But I have a Twitter account that I've had since 2009, since Twitter started. I have close to 3,000 followers on there, and every time someone shares out my closet items to their Twitter feed, it alerts me, and then I can actually repost their stuff. So even with that, I also have Instagram, and I have a bunch of followers on Instagram. Not a lot, but a bunch. And yeah, you guys, so I mean, network, connect, use your social media, take good pictures, be careful about what you buy. I've learned some really valuable lessons about authenticity of merchandise. I think it's funny that I actually own several fake Coach items now. But hey, they're pretty to carry around, right? I mean, if somebody says, "Oh, I like your Coach purse," and you can be like, "Yes, thank you," even though you know it's fake. And so yeah, I will be back hopefully very, very soon, because I would really like to start breaking down profit margins, where I find the items, and also too, I want to do a video coming up on the fall 2018 trends. It's pleats, it's plaids, it's animal prints are back again. 80s are back, and I'm not talking about the, oh, that's cute 80s. And my battery keeps wanting to try to die. I'm talking about the what in the world were we thinking 80s is coming back. Metallics and glitter, anything that sparkles is going to be the trends for fall, but I'm going to get into all that on the next video. But yeah, you guys, so if you guys want to see more of my videos, I'm going to try to get my YouTube kind of like straightened out, because right now there's not a lot of stuff on it except for my son doing card tricks and probably a couple of videos of me playing video games. I think that's the only thing that's on there right now. But if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and you'll be alerted when I do post a new video. And my goal is to, this is like a real-time thing, guys. This is I've hit Poshmark Ambassador. I've only been doing this for 2.5 weeks. You guys can go with me on my journey. I'm going to be super honest with you. I'm going to tell you if I bombed. I'm going to tell you if I did well. I'm going to tell you, you know, I screwed up, I shouldn't have done this type moments, and it's going to be a learning process for all of us together. And I look forward to sharing all that information with you guys. And so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I will see you all on the next video. Bye, you guys.